Welcome back, everybody, to Markonomics 101 presents Hoot Loot, the funniest show about money on TV. Be informed, be amused, but never be misled. Santa himself, right here, going to tell you all about it. You are getting the inside scoop of what Santa does right here at Santa's Workshop. Look at these lazy ass elves. They're all millennials. I told you, no matter where you go, good help is so hard to find. But what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about some gifts for you of some great stock picks and some places to avoid in just a minute here as we go to the charts, and we have presents for lots of people. We're going to show you all our presents for people that we have right here, a few before Christmas occurs. Okay, let's go to the charts. All right, so we're going to start with the Dow Jones Industrial Average. I drew this in red this time as opposed to green. This does not look as good as it looked last time. I think that there is about a 50-50 shot here that we are topping out on the major averages, despite the fact that some of them look crazy. The reason I'm thinking that is that there is such a euphoria going on. We're starting to see cryptocurrency traders all over the place making money, just like when the market topped last time, when they were just so, oh my God, I made so much money, and they never figured out why they made money. They don't even know what a cryptocurrency is. Anyway, we're at one of those stages where people are euphoric. Watch out. Red light. Okay, here we go. Next chart is the mid caps. Now the mid caps have done really well. I have a green uptrend line for the mid caps, but look at the red line. The red line shows you if that might be the first place they break. Now, this is still a good chart. I don't want to say it's a bad chart, but some cracks are showing up right now, and we're going to get to some of those. This is the NASDAQ. It is broken out, but not really a whole hell of a lot. I mean, that's the thing. For something that moves like 10% in a week and a half, this thing is barely moving along. A lot of the NASDAQ companies right now are not moving a whole hell of a lot, and we're going to show you those in a minute. This is Standard & Poor's 500. Looks just like the Dow. I'm concerned here. I think this one, this one bears very close watching. Remember, whatever you do here, if you want to buy low and sell high, which is what you always want to do, you can't do it right now. But you might be able to take advantage of something. So get liquid or look at some of this stuff. We're going to show you at the very end some stuff that looks just really good. This is the, as I like to refer to them, the Transgender American Index. But that is getting very too cumbersome for me. So I'll just call them the trannies or the LBGTs. LGBTGTs, the BGLGBTs. Oh, never mind. Santa sometimes, this is old age. Santa's been around for a long time, so you got to forgive him. All right, so the trannies look pretty good right now, but what's really weird about the transportation index is that it's largely made up of airlines, which are half full. Now, I don't know how on earth they're going to be worth this much money, even if they're completely full, because they're worth a lot more, according to this graph, than they were worth 6 months ago with half the passengers. So something is not right here. That's all I want to make sure that you realize, that we're in the Twilight Zone right now, or we're in the Matrix or something like that. I know it's Christmas, but boy, the North Pole is getting very freaky right now. Okay, so the U.S. dollar. Right now, the U.S. dollar is the key to this marketplace right now, and it's in red. It looks like crap. The U.S. dollar basically broke down, and it is a tool of the Fed, and Jerome Powell, the new Fed chairman, has pretty much made it clear that the Fed will do anything to save the stock market. It was never the Fed's job to save the stock market, but that's what they do. And you know why? I think it's because congressmen and senators own a lot of their wealth in stock. Who would have thought it? Oh my God, what a revelation. All right. Right here is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the anti-dollar. Right here, jumped up to a new high on Friday. This thing is going crazy. Most people do not know why Bitcoin is worth any money. And we're going to tell you in a future episode, and you'll never believe why Bitcoin is worth money. This is a CRB index. We're seeing inflation starting to creep up and creep up really fast. The Commodity Research Bureau puts everything together and look at this, making new highs here. It's almost getting to where it was several months ago. It is moving up very rapidly. Right here is the 10-year Treasury, the yields on them. These things, if they break 1%, it is really going to be, we're going to see something else because, the U.S. Treasury is the largest borrower in the world. And what do low interest rates help? Borrowers. What do they hurt? Savers. The biggest borrower is the U.S. Treasury. So, if these things start to go up and the Fed can't keep them down any longer, which I doubt, that's going to have some problems for the U.S. Treasury. I don't know how much, but a lot. Trust me. Same thing for the 30-year. These things are at 1.8. I think they're going a lot higher. And unless you get the dollar a lot lower, okay, the dollar gets lower, the yields to foreigners appear higher. That's part of it right there. But I don't know. Right here we have copper. Copper. What's amazing is copper is like is the best indicator of the health of the economy. It's good for just about everything, including home building and other stuff. It has gone nuts. This is not just because of the dollar. There is some economic activity either planned, thought of, or going to happen. I'm not sure which because I don't see it. But, copper is unequivocal in telling us that. This is gold. Gold is right about to break out. Okay, what I want to tell you, this is the most important thing about today. This is your present from Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus, wherever the hell she is. I don't know. She's, Mrs. Claus gets around a little bit, but I won't talk about that. Anyway, gold is about to break out. Whatever you do, protect yourself with precious metals in the upcoming fiasco, zombie apocalypse, you name it. If you don't, please do. A little bit, at least a little bit. These are the only things that will keep you solvent when you realize how much the U.S. government has to inflate to bring down $27 trillion of debt at $3 trillion every year. All right, this is the silver index. It just broke out. Yeah! Because I love silver so much. So I'm feeling very good. I'm going to pat myself on the back like that. Because I hit it out of I love silver. Okay, and it is right to buy, and you should have at least a little silver. Like the Lone Ranger. Hi-yo, silver, away! Okay, there we go. This is a gasoline. I don't know who's buying gasoline. I sure as hell am not. It's kind of weird when people are working a lot less, the gasoline prices keep going up. But you know what? That was an artificial inventory drawdown before. They're going to go up. They're going to go up also because of the dollar. They're a huge component in in inflation. So you talk about gasoline and oil. You're talking about inflation coming a lot sooner than you think. I'm going to be able to give you guys less good stuff for Christmas next year. But, I did want to talk about something here. We're going to go to oil here. Oil is broken out too. Oil's looking really good. I want to give, I'm going to give out a couple presents right now. These are for, this is for a couple of my friends on Washington, D.C. and Capitol Hill. I didn't bring their stockings. I won't mention their names. Well, actually, I will. I'm sorry, Dr. Fauci and Bill Gates, who lives at 666 Bellevue Avenue. I'm going to send it right up to them. I think they deserve a lump in their stockings, and they're going to get one. Santa's a good guy, but, they've been naughty. Will your 2021 investments be naughty or nice? That's the whole key. Are they going to kill you, or are you going to make money? You're going to make money if you listen to us. Be informed, not misled. Be amused. Right here on Markonomics 101. Hoot, hoot. Yeah. All right. Now we keep going. Apple Corporation, it kind of broke out slightly. Still patterned, still pretty good. This looks like the NASDAQ. It doesn't make me very excited. I think this could easily come down. It hasn't made a new high. Amazon, too, barely broke out of a triangle. How much higher are these things going to go? There's only so much. Well, there's a lot of money sloshing around, so who knows? This is a Chevron, and we talked about oil and commodities before. Well, Chevron kind of burst up a little bit. We talked about it in seismic shift. We talked about it commodities. It's looking like a little rounded dome top is a possibility here. So what I'm trying to tell you is that economic recovery that seems so certain, make sure to keep an eye out, because some things are saying it's not happening. What's saying is that there's a liquidity burst in the market that caused things to go up, but not necessarily with any fundamentals behind it. I don't know. We'll have to let it play out. All right. The next one is ConocoPhillips. Same thing. Went up a little bit. That doesn't look that impressive to me. That looks like a rally, like a dead cat rally, like like something that okay, it went up a little bit because there's nothing else to buy. So I'm a little concerned about energy right now. That energy is not actually going to add as much value as I thought. Facebook still looks like it's in a triangle. This is positive for the Nasdaq. It could easily break down. We'll see. I for one am incredibly grateful that we have an arbiter of free speech named Mark Zuckerberg, who I would have voted for, and I know would have won unanimously had we all had the opportunity to vote for him. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. You are my hero. All right. We're going to go on to FedEx. Now, FedEx is one of the companies in transportation, and I got to tell you something. FedEx, actually, you do see them having more business. This one is not decoupled. So that's kind of interesting. Although the numbnuts did not deliver my Santa outfit today. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. Okay. In any event, FedEx broke down on Friday. Look at that little circle I put there. That's not good. I mean, it was in a great uptrend. Now, transportation, this is one of the better transportation companies. The airlines don't look good. FedEx has broken down. That's not good. Google has acted very well. It owns every single company in the world. That's why it's called alphabet soup. Even though I tried to look up alphabet, I couldn't find anything about what it meant. I guess it must be some random word. Google, for all of you that are interested, is 10 to the 100 times. It's supposed to be a large number. So I think Google thinks that there's a large number of data that you go through. And no, they're really talking about the large number of money that they make by not having any customer service. You save an awful lot of money if you call the Google offices and you realize there's not one person to pick up the phone. There are things like phones that you can answer when you're a company that big, but I guess every penny counts. All right, so Google is in like a rounded dome pattern, maybe short term. It could still be in an upward long-term pattern. So I just kind of want to show you that. The Hospital Corp of America, now there's a happy company for you. COVID. It is good business right there. You're a hospital company. What could be better than having some disease that everybody is like completely hysterical about? All right. Microsoft is looking at 6. Well, I already gave its address out. I shouldn't have done that. Let's have the sensors. Sensors, please take that out. Anyway, Microsoft is in a triangle. Looks like it might break up, might break down. I got to give it a neutral. I mean, this thing could go somewhere. The market probably will go a little higher here, probably, but I don't know how much more. It really looks like it's just kind of chugging along and struggling, and doesn't have a lot of oomph behind it. So Netflix is actually behaving pretty well. It's in a kind of a pennant formation, and it may make a new high here. We'll see, but it has a lot of market cap. Thought I'd put it in. Qualcomm is one of the big 5G plays. So while you're all getting brain cancer, that's one of the reasons that Hospital Corp of America is going up. It's the anticipation of all the brain cancer patients are going to have. I'm just kidding. I have no idea if these phones cause brain cancer. Everybody says so. Qualcomm, it makes all the chips for 5G, and they've been a great uptrend. They have pulled up a lot of technology companies. A little bit of a rounded top at the end. They may have gone up enough. I don't know. I mean, that's an awful lot going up all the way from 60 to 150. I think that's enough for the last 6 months. Maybe that's enough. I don't know. Would be for me. I'd take my money off the table. This is Tesla. Now, Elon was just here a couple of minutes ago, and it really bums me out. He always leaves before I get to his stock, and I forget I was going to give him this as a Christmas present. And he unfortunately, what Elon does, he and I call him Mr. 420. We're good friends, and I'm telling you, Elon did not. He did not switch to vapes, which I asked him to. And God, it's still so musky. It's very musky in here. Now I know why he's Elon Musk. Anyway, look at this thing. Talk about something running amok. Okay, so let's keep going. We've got now the biotech industry. These guys make vaccines. I wonder why they're going up. Vaccines are good business. I wonder if there's a vaccine against being politically incorrect, because I think a lot of us need to take that vaccine so that we can all be obedient robots. Yeah, there's got to be a vaccine for political incorrectness. Thank God. And I need one right now. Okay, so let's go on to the bank index. The banks were looking pretty good, and they kind of burst up in that seismic shift, and now they're all kind of looking like they're just sort of chugging along. All of it, the banks, the energy companies are not acting like the Dow and the New York Stock Exchange is really ready to go somewhere. Nothing like the small cap companies are, but that's it. Just these little small cap companies are. Everything else is kind of just chugging along, and we're going to get to some other stuff, except the broker-dealer in this. I should have said so. The broker-dealers, how could you be any happier than having more billion-dollar IPOs in 2020 than in history, including DoorDash, a company that's valued at $90 billion. Billion, that's right, billion. What does DoorDash have? DoorDash takes food and transports it over. So if I take food from the kitchen to here, I've done the same thing DoorDash does, but I'm not worth $90 billion. I'm worth only 89. Now, what about Domino's? They transport their own food. Why aren't they worth $90 billion? Anyway, DoorDash is so ridiculous. They own they basically, all I can tell is the same piece of software that Instacart's, Postmates, and everything, and Uber and Lyft own, and that's worth $90 billion. Okay, sounds good. But you know what the commissions are on $90 billion actually, they put out 5% of the stock, about $5 billion. $5 billion. Oh my God, the commissions on that. Wall Street's happy. American Express, again, looking at a kind of a dome-ish top. A lot of financials are looking like this, and I'm, a little bit concerned. Berkshire Hathaway too, and J.P. Morgan, the strongest, a little bit. None of these are ones that I would raise the alarm flag about, but I would look at them. They don't look good. I thought once they burst out, they would look better. They would have more oomph behind them, and they just kind of stalled. And especially this one, Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo it hasn't even exceeded its old highs. It's just kind of looks like eh. So now we're going to go on to some of the stocks that we've been recommending, and some of the stocks that are kind of neat and that ought to be looked at here for speculative and investment purposes. The first one is Aurora Cannabis. Elon and I were discussing this. He doesn't like this stock as much as I do, but it did kind of break down a little bit on Friday, and so this one probably should be one that you honor yourself stop. I think I said 950 the other day, something like that, and make sure that you don't let yourself lose a lot of money. The pattern still looks pretty good, but sometimes I don't know. This one's right on the cusp. Yamana Gold, or Yo Mama, as they say in the hood, is a great little junior gold company. It broke out and they kind of came back in. This is one I'd highly, highly, highly recommend. It's been consolidating for a while. This thing is just a nice looking company. Has great assets. Yo mama, where's Army Boots? And that's what's this is a great company. So now Canopy is the second largest marijuana company as of Friday, or as of Thursday, because two companies, one called Afia, one called Tilray, merged to become the largest marijuana company. That's good for the industry, and what it means when companies start buying each other and start getting bigger scale of operations, that's usually a good sign. So Canopy was the largest. It's still one of the best. It's still probably the best. I don't know. It was last time I looked at it. Ego is a gold. It's Eldorado Gold. This one has basically stayed really close to its highs. This thing has traded like $170 a share before 5 years ago. This thing could go to who knows where. And this is one we like. Hexo. Now Hexo is involved in the marijuana industry, and it I put it in there not as like a recommendation, but it kind of has a neat pattern. And it's one that if you're really into speculating and you really want to just kind of, take a flyer, this one is at $1. It could go to like $5 in no time at all. It could also go to 50 cents. So, it's kind of a neat one. I just wanted to put it in there because I haven't talked about it before. We are on, let's see now, Hecla Mining. I've talked about that one before too. Mine silver, as does Coeur d'Alene. This one is awesome. Look at how it broke out. I just love this company. It makes primarily silver. Silver is the driver of all the really good stuff, and this is a great one. So, we did pretty well on this. Been sitting in this thing for a little while. Bought some, down when it got low, and this is one I think you can hold for a while. And then finally we have Tilray. Tilray is the one I mentioned before. It had that little gap up at the end because it's been bought by Afia. Afia is also in the industry, but they make more vape type products, more cigarette type products. They bought Tilray, and the beginning of mergers and acquisitions in the marijuana business is very, very good. It's kind of like the marriage of, well, never mind. So what we'll do here is I'm gonna stop right here. These stocks did great. They were up about 20% on average last week. They're not too early to buy. They're going to go a lot higher. We would love for you guys to subscribe, like us, send in your comments, ask us any questions, what we'd recommend. We'll see you soon. We're going to be back constantly in your face. Please subscribe. We love you. Hoot loot from Markonomics 101. Merry Christmas from Santa Claus Imposter Me.